Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Garage Gang podcast. My name is Jordan Rager, and I'm kicking it off with my new song called Memories.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Sometimes you make memories like hurricanes in a Hudak cup. Bourbon Street when the sun comes up. Her name on a new tattoo. Sometimes you make memories like 38 and sugar white sand. Walking in the waves, heels in her hand. Her eyes are Gulf Coast blue. Sometimes you make memories. And sometimes memories make you drink too much and call when you shouldn't. Make that cab take the long way home. Spend all night on your back porch looking at a long gone miss. You text on your phone. Move on and forget it in a minute, but you can't. Ain't a damn thing you can do. Sometimes you make memories. Sometimes memories make you. Sometimes you make memories like two jet tail lights heading out of town. Standing in the street when the rain comes down. Your heart getting broke into. Sometimes you make memories. Sometimes memories make you drink too much and call when you shouldn't. Make that cab take the long way home. Spend all night on your back porch looking at a long gone miss. You text on your phone. Move on and forget it in a minute, but you can't. Ain't a damn thing you can do. Sometimes you make memories. Sometimes memories make you. Go to a bar where she might be drinking. Put that old love song on repeat. When she don't walk in, you go off the deep end. Drive yourself crazy, wondering where she might be. Drink too much and call when you shouldn't. Make that cab take the long way home. Spend all night on your back porch looking at a long gone miss. You text on your phone. Move on and forget it in a minute, but you can't. Ain't a damn thing you can do. Sometimes you make memories. Sometimes memories make you. Sometimes memories make you.
Yes, sir. That was awesome.
Thank you, guys. What's going on?
Oh, dude, not too much, man. Not too much. We, if you haven't noticed, we are one guy short. Kenny had to stay at work and play with meat all day, so that's all right.
Gets to handle meat in his hands all day. It's his dream job.
Absolutely.
What's up with you, brother?
Yeah, how things been?
Man, things are good, man. I don't know if you guys saw on Instagram, I just recently signed a brand new publishing deal.
Goddamn right we
Yes,
saw.
Absolutely.
Thank you, guys. Yeah, this is the publishing deal of my dreams. I moved to Nashville over 7 years ago to pursue songwriting as a career, and quite honestly, this is the first time that I've ever felt fully supported as a songwriter. Every other deal was not that they didn't believe in me, but every other deal kind of saw me as the guy that was going to sing the songs. And there's something to be said for that. I love being the guy to sing the songs, obviously. But if, I'm going to write hundreds of songs a year. I have written hundreds of songs a year for the last 7-8 years of my life. And I can't sing all of them, So I want somebody that's going to be out there to pitch the stuff around to people. And I finally got that. And it's been a lot of fun. We hit the ground running with that. And been writing some really, really cool stuff, man. Some songs that I'm really, really fired up about.
Dude, I never actually thought of it that way. Because you're like, yeah, I write hundreds of songs a year. I can't sing them all. I can't put them all out. That's not music that I can make. I never even thought of it that way because I was like, oh, it's your music. You're going to want to be the one that sings it. And then, I mean, that makes total sense.
Yeah, it's like, so like songwriting is my day job. Like that's what I do every single day in, day out. I wake up 10 o'clock, I'm in the write. And I mean, I usually end up on a Saturday, I've written 5 times, four or 5 times that week. If I don't have, gigs or something on Thursday and Friday. And so, I mean, you guys probably get to hear, like, if I write 30 songs a month, let's just say I write one a day for the month of June, you guys might get to hear like a week's worth ever.
Uh-huh.
That's just the nature of the beast, at least for me anyway. When you have a publisher that's like, pitching your stuff to other people and getting them out to other artists and stuff, that makes a world of difference.
Yeah,
and,
absolutely.
I got that now, and it's awesome.
Well, it also helps your relationships with people, right? Because if they're taking your song, you're going to have that kind of collab with them, right? Or is it just they get your song and they do what they want to do with it?
It depends. I've had it both ways. I've had my songs cut by great friends that they get all excited about it the way I get excited about it. And I've had cuts before that like literally felt like nothing happened. Not necessarily from the standpoint that it wasn't cool that the song got cut, just like I didn't really have like a personal connection with the guy, girl, or band that cut it.
Right.
So there wasn't like much fanfare about it, if that makes sense.
Right, I gotcha.
Right. Yeah, I've been noticing, so you've been working a lot with Leaving Austin.
Mm-hmm.
And they are actually from my hometown, from Tulare, which is kind
That's
of
right.
insane. Yeah. And so when I saw that, I think it was a couple weeks ago, Whiskey Nights, you sang the song that you guys wrote together, I was like, oh, that's going to be fire when that comes out, man. Like, Austin's a pretty cool dude, and I know Davis is too. I think they're from Visalia, and I'm from Tulare, but they're definitely like, anytime they go back home and they do a show, it's like sold out.
Davis is from Visalia, I know for a fact, because me and him talk about it all the time.
Yeah.
Because the hottest I've ever been in my entire life was in Visalia, California. The hottest show, anyway.
Oh, really?
Where'd you play at in Visalia?
I flew in. This is the story. I flew into San Jose, which is, if anybody hasn't been to California, that's Northern California.
Yeah.
The weather there was perfect. It was like 75 degrees, slight wind. And like I couldn't, like when you picture like the perfect day, we landed in the perfect day in San Jose.
Yeah.
We drive, I don't know, a couple of hours into the valley, and I'm just noticing the thermostat on the car go up and up and up and up and up and up. And I'm like, is it really like 98 degrees outside right now? Because it was like 70 when we left the airport, and the person that was driving the car for me was like, "Oh, this is not even close to what it's going to be." And I was like, "All right, well that sounds terrifying because I'm playing a show today, so whatever." So we get to Visalia, and I mean, you know that feeling like when you like open an oven that's been preheated and the heat just hits you?
Oh yeah.
That's what happened when I opened that car door. Like it was just like whoosh and like just heat all over my body. And so I'm also wearing like this is a different point in my life, so I'm wearing like full artist mode. Like
I got you.
So I've got like skinny jeans on with cowboy boots and like this long sleeve button up shirt that I used to wear on stage sometimes.
Yeah.
I've got gel in my hair. Like I'm unprepared for the heat. Completely unprepared. And it was funny because it was one of those gigs where like there was a bunch of us on it. So it was like me and Jansen and Love and Theft and Lanco and like a bunch of people on the show.
I was probably
and
like
every time they had this big like warehouse thing that we would like hang out in to hide from the heat until we played. And every time somebody wanted like another drink, or they needed to like just do anything outside of that, everybody was like, "Hey man, will you go get me like a water? Like I'm not leaving right here. Like it's not safe out there, you know."
Yeah.
So
Oh,
because
yeah.
we're not used to that, man. Like everybody wanted to say like dry heat, dry heat. I'm like, no, it's like 118 degrees out here.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the Valley-
it was-
Valley takes no prisoners, man. That place is, yeah, it's hot.
Oh, this is the best part of the story too. So I played like in the middle of the afternoon, like 3 or 4 in the afternoon.
So it's
like
the
the hottest
hottest.
point in the day.
Oh.
And the stage is black,
Oh.
so it's just getting the sun, you know.
Oh yeah.
So yeah. Anyway, that's a long story to say. Like I know for a fact Davis is from Visalia because we talk about that all the time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that song that I wrote, we've only written one time. We've done a couple of shows together here recently, which have been a blast. Austin and Davis are like 2 of my favorite dudes in Nashville. We've done a couple of shows together, but that's the one song that we've written, but it's a really good one.
Yeah.
And I don't want to spoil anything, so I'm not going to go too deep into it, but I cannot wait for everybody to hear that one. And you will be hearing that one soon.
For sure.
That's
sure.
dope.
I'm trying to think what show. It sounds like maybe like a Jug Fest. Maybe
It was Jug
It was
Fest.
Jug Fest. Yeah. I know that they usually have that once a year, and it's almost like a Boots and Brews kind of thing, where there's just a lineup of different artists, and yeah, Jug Fest is pretty popping out there.
It was fun. Like, it was a great show. The crowd, the fact that there was a crowd at all blew my mind.
Yeah, right. They're used to it though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
just a Tuesday
like I
for
said,
'em.
I'm not conditioned to that, but I guess they are.
Yeah.
You know? So it was a fun show, man. I got nothing but love for California.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And the funniest part of that was we drove back into San Jose after the show, and we ended up sitting like outside in like a long sleeve t-shirts like during dinner because it was like
Just
kind of chilly
chilling.
that night.
Yeah.
I was like, this makes no sense.
That's California, dude.
Yeah.
Even
know.
even just where we live, because like I was working today over in Morro Bay, and so in Morro Bay it was 72, and now we're in Napomo and it's 95.
Yeah.
And it's a 30-minute drive, and I'm like, fuck, man. That's what
Yeah,
we got the garage door open, we got the other door open.
Trying to get some wind in here, but it's a little warm.
A little toasty.
Dude, it's getting that way in Tennessee too, man. It's to the point where I thought my AC went out the other day. I'm sure this is captivating stuff for your listeners, by the way.
Oh no, absolutely.
I thought my AC went out the other day because out of the corner of my eye, I like got out of the shower and I happened to see the thermostat say 80.
Uh-huh.
Like inside my house, which is
You're
about
like,
20
nah.
degrees or 15 degrees warmer than I usually keep it.
Yeah.
I sit between 65 and 70. And it doesn't,
That's
it
normal.
doesn't move.
Yeah.
So when it hits 80, I'm like, something's wrong. Like this is not supposed to be, So it's getting that time of year, man.
Well, see, you like over there in Nashville, you guys all have to have AC in your home. Like here, we get heat waves for maybe like a week or two, and then it goes to like 80 at the hottest. You know what I mean? And so there will be like a good 2 weeks where we're like, dude, we have to have an AC unit. We're dying. And then after that, it's like, okay, we're chilling. It's not that bad. We can open the windows.
It's funny you say that because my girlfriend's from Illinois, and she says the same thing. She's like, we only needed like AC for like 2 months out of the year because every other time it was like heat or nothing. Like we had the heat on when it was cold.
Frozen balls over there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like you have like the heat on when it was cold, but like on like the summertime, they just open the windows up because it didn't really.
Throw a box fan in the window and it'll blow through enough. You'll be good.
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
Exactly.
That's the poor man's
Hell
AC
yeah.
right there.
I think recently too, you also played a show with Joe and Martina.
Yeah, we
That
did
was a
the.
couple months
I think
ago.
that was a Raised Rowdy
Yes.
deal at Live Oak.
Yeah, they're we've had them on the podcast, and they're going to be coming and playing at the California Mid-State Fair here next month. So we're pretty excited to see them. And
That's awesome. You
getting
guys
to
just
hang
know
out with them.
everybody.
Dude, it's kind of
trying.
cool. Like everybody kind of knows everybody. I guess it's definitely a small world.
Shit,
It's
dude.
I've noticed a lot more California country singers here in the last couple of like months, maybe like the last year or so.
Yeah.
It's more so than I've ever noticed before.
Right.
Well, we had Pryor and Lee on, and Pryor Barrett, he's from Orchid, like, which is literally 20 minutes from us, you know?
Mhm.
So yeah, it's pretty cool. We've been able to have a couple country singers on, and we're trying to build the relationships with them, man. We want to make a trip out to Nashville one
Yeah.
day and be able to go see all you guys and
I
kick it.
as of last night, I emailed Granger Smith and I was like, dude, we want you on our podcast. So that's like a dream guest for me, man. Because he has his own podcast and it comes out every Monday. And I have about a half-hour drive to and from work, and I'm always listening to it. It's really good stuff.
That's awesome. Yeah, Granger's one of the good ones, man. He actually talking about songs that somebody else cut of mine. He's got Damn Straight that I wrote with Adam Sanders and Ben Stennis.
Oh, no
that
way.
Granger cut.
That is awesome.
That's dope.
Yeah, that was a cool one. That was a cool one to get. But yeah, man. Hey, when you guys come to Nashville, you better holler at your boy.
Oh,
Oh, you already
absolutely.
know.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I mean, speaking of knowing everyone, dude, following you on Instagram, you're posting pictures with all kinds of people,
Yeah,
man.
I
I'm
know.
like, this guy, man. And then I hit you up because you're one of your big slogans is make country music sad again. And then I was like, dude, Nico Moon, he's got this new song, No Sad Songs, and I was like, you guys need to fight. And you're all, well, he's actually my girlfriend manages them. I'm like, dude, this guy, man, he knows everyone.
Yeah. So me and Nico are gonna have to have like an old school like hip hop beef over
You have to.
Yeah.
like sad songs or no sad songs.
Yeah.
It's funny when Randy, my girlfriend's name is Randy, and she'll absolutely hate that I'm bringing her up in this podcast at all. So I can't wait for her to see it.
That's awesome.
She when she told me that No Sad Songs was going to be the next single on Nico, I was like, oh, I see. I just saw like money signs. I was like, opportunity,
Hell yeah.
So we may work something out yet.
Dude, you got to, or at
Yeah.
least just like a celebrity boxing match.
Yeah.
I wish we could do. You know what I want to see? I want to see me and Nico Moon on Celebrity Deathmatch, like the MTV claymation.
Yeah, the
thing.
claymation.
Dude,
Yeah.
why not?
I mean, I think I'd watch that. I
Beating
think
each other with
that'd be
guitars and
entertaining as hell.
stuff. Yeah, that'd be sick, man.
That'd be awesome.
I've always wanted to see myself on that. That'd be a fun show to watch.
Same. I'm such a sucker for like animations of myself. Like whenever we go out of town, like if we go to like Gatlinburg or whatever, like we always end up with like a caricature of us.
Uh-huh.
I just that's like a guilty pleasure thing for me. Like I just think that shit's funny for no reason.
Hell yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah, it's awesome.
See, we're not there yet. We don't have anyone making anything of us.
Yeah.
We're not-
Unless it's
I mean,
like
I have
the
I have to
farmers
pay
market.
the guy to draw me. It's not like he's like, like
I
nobody
see
knows.
what you're saying. do the little one where you get it drawn. I got you.
yeah.
I got you.
So it's been such a long time since we've had you on. I think it was actually before Super Bowl. And sports is definitely a big part of our podcast that we like talking about. And we are in the midst of baseball season right now.
I gotta say, I do love how we all wore our teams. He's got a Posey
I
shirt
got my
on.
Buster Posey shirt.
I made sure to
All
wear.
right.
I made sure to wear this for you.
I was late logging on because I had to go get this.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That makes me feel so good. Oh, I love it, dude. I love it.
Yeah,
I'm just like surprised. I cannot believe how good the Giants are doing this year. Like I just don't like they're surprising the hell out of me. And I think everybody else really.
yeah.
I ended up with Kevin Gosman on my fantasy team, so
Dude,
I'm
he's nailed.
killing it
I'm
so
very
far.
happy about it.
Dude, so you went to Cubs Braves this year, right?
We always go. Dude, that is second only to the World Series in my family. My dad's from Chicago and my mom is from Georgia, so we are like literally a house divided. One of my brothers has a diehard allegiance to Chicago, to the Cubs with my dad, and then my other brother has a diehard allegiance to the Braves. Obviously, you see where I fall.
Yeah.
And now we've got, like even the girlfriends like get involved in it. Like I said, my girlfriend Randy is from Illinois, so she reps the Cubs. So we look really funny sitting next to each other.
Oh yeah.
So it's like it's a whole deal in my family. It's my least favorite series of the year, because we are all so competitive and we all care about our teams way too much. So like, it's always like half of us are having a fantastic time
Yeah.
and half of us are having no fun whatsoever.
You better hope it's a really good game.
We went to a great game. We went to the Monday game which was, I think, was game 1 of the Braves Cup series in Atlanta this year. And I mean, it came down to like the last handful of innings. It was a fantastic game, which is always better than like
A blowout.
you know, a couple of years ago, we went to the ball game where the Cubs committed like 6 errors in the first 2 innings, and they were down by like 7 runs by the 4th inning. That one was fun for me, but it wasn't much fun sitting next to my dad and my brother, who were, like
Just
I said,
steaming.
having zero fun at all.
Just pouting the whole time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I looked at my middle brother Jake, who's the Braves fan in the family, and I was like, I feel bad, but I don't feel bad.
Yeah,
like, because the funny thing is like a couple of years ago, we went to a Braves Cubs game. There was a 3-hour rain delay, and the Cubs absolutely trounced the Braves.
That makes it even worse.
Like never at any point in the game did the Braves have any shot to win whatsoever.
Yep.
And so I had to wait 3 hours in the rain watching absolutely nothing but my phone. And then I got to see my team get destroyed on their home ballpark. And I was like, we're even. And that's what we do.
Yeah.
We go back and forth and do the whole thing with each other.
Dude,
So
it's
a fun time.
I went to a Dodgers-Giants game, and the Dodgers lost 19-3. I mean, dude,
I
it was
remember
like,
that.
it was horrendous. I'm like, dude, I can't even like
Like, I
be
felt
happy.
bad texting him, like, hey,
Yeah.
are you having fun? Like,
Hey, man, just 2
You know?
touchdowns and you're back in it.
yeah.
I know, right? That was just
Seriously.
like that.
But yeah, baseball's going on. The Euro Cup started. I'm big. I'm Portuguese, man. So Portugal won today, 3-0. Got to shout them out. Cristiano Ronaldo, best soccer player in the world, hands down.
I don't know about that. Hey, did you hear about Homeboy who like died on the field?
Yeah.
Did you hear about that, Jordan?
Christian Eriksen from
Yeah,
Sweden.
like some dude for was it
Sweden?
Yeah, Sweden, I believe. He literally passed out on the field and he died on the field.
Like he went into
and
cardiac arrest.
they had to resuscitate him on the field. It was gnarly, dude.
I mean, did he live or is he still dead?
No, he's
he
alive.
lived,
He's alive.
yeah.
They
They
resuscitated him,
saved him.
and all that. But they said he died on the field, and then they had to go back and use a defibrillator and get him
Dang.
back.
That's crazy.
I'm like, bro, can you imagine? Middle of the Euros, and all of a sudden, just
Tell that guy soccer's not a sport.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, for real.
He was working so hard for that World Cup.
Yeah.
Like, he wanted
Yeah.
it so bad.
Right?
Seriously. Yeah. What else? Oh, we had the football draft. You know,
Yeah,
that
So
was interesting.
We all had a good draft, I think. I mean, you like Kyle Pitts?
I love Cal Pitts. I hate my football team, but I love Cal Pitts.
Trading Julio, oof,
Yeah, that was a little rough.
for like
Yeah.
for a sack of potatoes.
I'm gonna say this. We had a great draft, first of all. Like the Falcons had a fantastic draft. Probably the best one that I've seen in a very long time. I'm not mad at Julio. I'm not mad at the franchise. I'm mad at Shannon Sharp.
Why? Oh, because he
That
called
was-
when he called on
That was
Undisputed.
some bullshit. Calling that man on live TV and putting him in a spot like that. I've never, in all my years of watching sports, I've never seen something so unprofessional
I
happen
agree.
to a player that didn't deserve it.
Did he know he was
because-
on Undisputed when he? That's what I want to know.
No,
He didn't.
no, that's the thing. Julio didn't. He thought his buddy was calling him, wanting to talk.
Yeah.
Like, he just thought Shannon was just calling him to say what's up. So, like, Julio is just, like, speaking completely out of turn because he doesn't know that he's
Yeah.
on national television.
It's kind of like the speakerphone rule. Like if you're around other people, hey, you're on speakerphone.
That's exactly what it was
Yeah.
he just had him on speakerphone, and Julio just goes, nah, I'm out of there because – and here's the thing, too. All the Falcons fans are, like, getting all pissy about, like, you know, like, oh, he's leaving us, whatever. We all knew he was leaving.
Yeah, it was pretty
Yeah,
Every
obvious.
week, the entire offseason has been built around two things: the draft and how much are we going to get for Julio Jones when we trade him. Because I can tell you this: if you're a Falcons fan and you thought Julio Jones was going to start 2021 in red and black, you're lying to yourself.
Yeah, there's no way.
They've been talking about trading him for like every bit of 2 seasons now.
Yeah. I thought he was gone at the trade deadline, honestly.
I honestly, yeah, same. I did too.
Yeah.
I was shocked he made it through the deadline. But here's what that did. That made it to where the Falcons had to move him, and his stock goes way down. So what did we end up with? Like a 2nd-round draft pick?
Yeah. For
I mean,
a guy who could arguably be the best receiver in football.
Possibly the greatest receiver in football, and definitely one of the greatest receivers in Atlanta football history. Like, I'm not even mad as a fan of the franchise. Honestly, I'm mad for Julio because that dude deserves so much better leaving Atlanta. So much better.
And he just shut up and played all the time. He wasn't the guy that was out there blasting people, because a lot of wide receivers are. And he just was a chill dude, you know. He went to work, did his business, put up the best numbers in football, and then, yeah. Shannon Sharp.
Man, Georgia sports fans are tough sometimes. We get some pretty interesting characters on our side that you have to kind of, you know, explain away and be like, that's not all of us, you know. Because like I said, man, common sense weighs in here, and you just go, you knew he was leaving.
Yeah. Try being a Dodger fan.
The circumstances suck. Obviously, it makes the franchise look bad. It makes Julio look bad.
Yeah.
And honestly, for me, anybody can disagree with me. I could care less. This is just my opinion. To me, all my frustration and anger goes straight towards Shannon Sharp. That's garbage. I mean, that was some Bush League stuff I'd never seen before.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. When I saw it happen, I thought Julio knew. And then at the end, I heard Skip Bayless say, and when Skip goes, does he know that he's on live television? Like, that's when it was like, oh shit, I don't think he knows. You know, like,
if you go back and if you watch the whole clip, I think Skip ends up saying something at some point, and it looks like, to me anyway, it looked like it tipped Julio off that he was on TV.
Yeah.
Because he heard like Skip say something, or maybe Julio just got wise to what was going on. Anyway, he starts trying to hang up the phone like real quickly.
Yeah.
Like he says, I'll talk to you later. I gotta go. I'll talk to you later. I gotta go. Like he starts doing all that kind of stuff, which tells me right away, like he didn't know he was going to be on TV.
Yeah.
No.
Well, especially asking about if you're going to be like, if you want to be traded and stuff, like, damn, bro, you don't just put someone on blast like that. So yeah, that's
left him out to dry.
Completely wrong. I was more mad about that than I was the how the trade ended up shaking out.
Yeah, well, I could say I'm pretty goddamn happy because we got Trevor Lawrence. I'm a Jaguar fan, so I was pretty freaking stoked with our draft, and so I got tickets to Jags and Rams this year over in SoFi Stadium, so I'm excited to go check that place out.
You also got Tim Tebow. Don't forget about him.
Yeah. Goddamn right, we got Tim Tebow. We got Jesus on our side now.
As I saw a meme, Tebow's like catching a football and it says he's been lifting more than Bibles.
Yeah, right.
And I was like, dude, I hope that Tebow comes back and he just is like top 3 in touchdowns. I really do.
Fuck.
Same.
I mean,
really obviously, I hope that would be amazing.
No, I mean,
yeah.
I'm expecting him to be a really good punt protector and catch a couple balls and just be like good attitude and sell a lot of tickets.
You know, I've never understood the Tebow hate.
No, I don't get it.
I don't get it. Dude, say what you want about him as a football player. He's the kind of dude I'd want my kid watching.
Absolutely.
He's just a good dude.
Yeah.
Just a good guy.
I think like
the only thing I'm disappointed about is that we never got to see him play in the big leagues.
Right.
Yeah. Well, and the biggest knock on him is that he's Christian. It's like, if that's the biggest knock you can find on the guy, like, get a new one, man, because he's a good person.
Let's forget he just threw a bunch of proms for like all these like special needs kids and like, you know, other stuff, but you know, he gets all this hate for whatever reason.
It's crazy. Weird, man. It's like, you know, I remember there for a hot second, everybody wanted to talk about how he was still a virgin or whatever. And I'm like, why is this some of y'all's business? Like,
who cares?
The guy's just out here trying to play football. It just leave him alone. Let him do it.
Like, don't get me wrong, it's a surprise he was being.
It's a surprise, sure.
Don't get me wrong, but like, who gives a shit?
Yeah.
You know, like
Doesn't
that's
matter.
his business, dude.
Sure, it's
You're
a
not-
surprise.
You're not paying him. You're not paying him to like tell sex stories. You're telling him about. You're paying him to like play football. Like,
Yeah.
These are like, what are we worried about here, guys?
Yeah. Well-
And I mean, I don't know. I feel less than qualified to say this, but like the NFL has had issues with images.
For sure.
The last couple of years.
Yeah.
You would think a guy like Tebow would be the perfect guy that the NFL would want involved with them, but for some reason they still treat him like a redheaded stepchild. So
And they're all mad. Urban Meyer, signed him. I'm like, dude, that's his college coach. Like, if there's anyone that would have signed him, it was gonna be Urban Meyer.
This doesn't happen if Urban Meyer's not the coach.
Yeah.
maybe Tebow can bring Urban back to Jesus.
Right? Hey, dude, I don't care. Maybe bring some championships like he did in Florida. I don't give a shit what he does.
If anybody can, it's old Timmy.
Absolutely. Oh yeah.
And last but not least in sports, I mean, my Lakers or our Lakers obviously were a disappointment. But your Atlanta Hawks, my dude, tying the series up yesterday.
That's crazy.
Dude, last night's game stressed me out so bad.
Embiid missing that bunny at the end to take the lead. I thought that was in for sure. So
Oh my God, it was very stressful. I'm not like the world's biggest. I'm just gonna admit this outright. I am not the world's biggest Hawks fan. I follow them when they're good, and when they're not, I just don't care.
yeah,
This is the most invested I've been in Hawks basketball since what was the season where they were the 1 seed and
with Corver and all them.
yeah, that
Yeah.
was the last time I like really watched the Hawks. Like I keep up with them, but like most of the time, like the last couple of years, they've been really bad.
They've been trash.
So I'm really glad to see Trey finally get something to play for. You know,
Yeah,
oh,
for
absolutely.
sure.
like that dude is a baller, and also I absolutely loved the Knicks series. The shit talking that goes back and forth between like Trey and the fans and like that, I live for that kind of stuff.
Absolutely.
I absolutely love that.
That's my favorite kind of sports is when you get, especially the Knicks, because like honestly, fuck the Knicks. You know what I mean? Like, so like watching them just get shit on by Trae Young, it was pretty awesome. But I do have to ask you. So when you see you guys could have had Luka, but you have Trae, are you happy? Because Trae's a beast, but Luka is Luka, and so I don't know any Hawks fans. So you're the only one I can ask.
It's tough. I mean, obviously, you'd like to have Luka on your team, but Trey loves this team, loves the city.
I think he fits Atlanta really well.
I think Trey fits Atlanta better, and that might just be because I've seen him play in it, and I have like the attachment to him in Atlanta jersey. But like,
Yeah.
golly, he just fits this team so well. I'm not saying I don't know. Like I said, obviously you'd love to have a player like Luka on your team, but I don't know, man. That's tough. That's kind of like, that would be like if you're, the Dodgers. It's like, would you rather have Mookie or Trout?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's
Mookie, but
Trout. Definitely, I'm taking Mike Trout.
well, okay, bad example. Okay, would you rather-
well,
okay.
I'll take Mookie. I'll take Mookie all day. Are you kidding me?
I just had to.
Mookie wins World Series.
Okay, well, would you? That's true. Yeah, that was a. I should have seen that one coming.
It's all right. It's all right.
How about Acuna or Mookie?
Thank you. That's who I was trying to think of, like Acuna or Tatis. So like, would you rather have Acuna? Would you rather have Betts?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Acuna's
I mean,
amazing,
they're
dude.
both generation-defining players that very well could go in the Hall of Fame one day.
I think they both will.
Yeah.
I think
for
Mookie
sure.
Mookie has already solidified himself in the Hall of Fame. I believe he's done enough. But Acuna, I think either one more really good MVP style year or a World Series ring, and that kind of will solidify him. That dude's been tearing it up for 4 years now.
I was going to say, the thing about Ronnie is that this is his fourth season.
Yeah.
18, 19, 20, 21. This is his fourth big league season. And he's already considered one of the top 3 best players in baseball.
Yeah.
He's not even he's just getting started,
Yeah.
and he's already got a 30 for 30 season. He was rookie of the year. That dude is going to be around. We're going to be talking about him forever. And I'm very glad that he plays for my team.
Damn right. Well,
Absolutely.
It's like honestly, when I look at like the future of the league, I look at Acuna and Tatis. They're the and obviously I like Belly, but I don't think Bellinger's on their level. I think he's really good, but I don't think he's on that. He's not there. He's
Wow.
like right below him.
I'm surprised you said that.
I'll take Mookie over Bellinger all day. I think Mookie's.
I'm
I think
surprised
Mookie's the
you
best
said
player
that.
in baseball. That's my personal opinion. I
tend to agree. I mean, Mookie's the best player on the Dodgers, and it's not even close.
And because his
but
bat
that's
is
not really
amazing.
a slam on Bellinger. That's more a testament to how good Betts, Acuna, and Tatis are.
Right.
Because Bellinger is still a guy that I would love to have on
Oh
my
yeah.
team.
Well, but it's Mookie's defense that does it for me. It's the play. I mean, he makes game-saving plays. Like it seems like
Dude.
every game. If we need a play, it gets hit to Mookie and he makes an amazing play or an amazing throw, and it's like every time.
The NLCS was not a fun watch for me live.
Yeah.
I did not enjoy those last 3 ball games. But going back and rewatching them, that dude making plays in the biggest spot of the year like he was doing, that's unheard of.
That robbery of Freeman, it won the series for us.
He had 2 of them like that.
Yeah.
He had 2 up against the wall like that, and then there was the one play that, I mean, he got help from Ozuna, but there was the one play where he shoestring caught the ball and then threw Ozuna at home.
Yeah.
The guy is a freak of nature.
Absolutely.
I'm happy he's wearing Dodger blue.
I'm
Yeah, we'll see,
liking.
man. I'm so glad that it's back to a full season.
Yes, definitely.
Do you realize that this time last year, well, not technically month wise, but the number of games that we've played so far, season would have been over. We'd be in the playoffs right now.
Is it really?
They've already surpassed the 60 game mark. I think they're on game 65 or 66 today.
Wow. I didn't even think about that. You're right.
I heard somebody say that the other day on the radio, and I was like, "Oh God, I hope that never happens again."
Yeah.
Yeah, that was rough. And then we
That
talked.
sucked.
Well, but then you talk to guys like, we talked to Jeff McNeil. We had him on the podcast a little bit after you, and he was like, it sucked not being able to play the full season, but he's like, it was kind of nice having only 60 games. So I think they should make it 120 games. You don't need 162 games. Shorten the season.
I've been saying for a while, the season needs to be shortened. I actually have a ton of. I need to be really careful the way I say this. I have a list of things that I would do to Major League Baseball if they gave me the keys for one day.
So you're kind of introing into our next segment, which is a gang debate about the unwritten rules of baseball.
You know what? Then I'll let you go ahead. Let's
No. Go ahead. I was just
all
wanting
right.
to see
So
what you were going to
the
say.
first thing would be I'd shorten the season. 162 is unnecessary. I would also I'd make it an even number. I don't know if it'd be 120. I'd have to do the math, but everybody would play everybody.
Yeah.
Yes,
Like
for
enough,
sure.
enough of this. If you want to have divisions, then make the divisions count. Have everybody play everybody in the American League and the National League, the West and the East and the Central, when they all play each other, and then the teams with the best record go to the playoffs.
Yeah.
That's how I would structure the season to start with.
So you don't get stuck with a team in the NL Central that has one good team that gets to play
Right.
well, and then they make the playoffs. Is what you're saying, right?
Totally.
Yeah.
And they did that last year with the shortened season. Was they seeded it? It was teams 1 to 8 or whatever. That was great.
Yeah.
That would be the first thing I would do. Universal DH. Stop making me watch pitchers hit.
Let's go.
I'm so tired of that. I don't want to hear about Bumgarner and DeGrom, and even we got the kid Yanoa that has hit 2 grand slams this year.
Uh-huh.
that's a lot of fun to watch, but it's very few and far between.
He's also hitting 120
or
or something. You know, those 2 grand slams are his only hits. You know,
right? Well,
Yeah.
actually, it's funny because that's not true because he's actually like he can actually like bang, but this kid came out of nowhere. Like I don't even know where he's from, and he just like shows up and like shoves for 6 straight games and then hit 2 grand slams. But yeah, I don't want to see pitchers hit anymore. I'm so tired of that. There's also like a million other reasons why they should do the DH. For one, it's unfair to the American League teams.
Absolutely.
I mean, they get an advantage come off season. There's whole players that National League teams just can't sign because they can't play them.
look at David Ortiz.
David Ortiz would never play for the Braves or the Dodgers
Ever.
or the Giants or any other team in the National League ever. He would never do it.
Well, it's guys that, you know, later in their career, they were sluggers, they're old. I mean, honestly, Albert Pujols should be in the AL. Like, yeah, he's doing all right for us with the Dodgers, but like, that dude doesn't need to be playing in the field anymore. You know what I mean?
But he
was
still has
surprised
it. He
by
still
that
has
move.
But
I was
it's work
very
though.
surprised by that move. I know Pujols has not worked out in Anaheim, but I mean, you DFA'd a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what? I get it, man. I get it. Like, they're competitive this year and they have a shot to win. I get it. But, like, you're not just talking about an on-field presence. You're talking about a clubhouse guy, a leader on that team. Trout's hurt.
He's been there. He's been there and done everything you're trying to do. He's done it a couple times already.
I was so surprised, but that one caught me way off guard. I've seen some shit in my days of watching sports that has really surprised me, and that's up there.
Yeah.
That one caught me off guard. Okay. There was another one I wanted to say that I would change about baseball. I would do robo umps. I'm sick of these umpires deciding that their strike zone looks different. Then strike zone should be the same for everybody.
I agree.
Strike zone should literally be the same for everybody. I cannot stand watching umpires call pitches this far off the plate, strike 3.
In key
And
moments.
I've seen it. I feel like I'm seeing it more this year than I ever have. I can't do that anymore. I also wouldn't give a shit about like this whole like substance things with pitchers. It's like, look, if they're being obvious and blatant about it, then take it away from them. Send them home.
Yeah.
But like, stop acting like this is like a new thing that they're doing. Like, they've done this for years. This is the same thing as like when you used to like crack down on hitters using too much pine tar, or even the steroid thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like you didn't enforce this and it got out of control. So either enforce it or don't. But don't do this like 1 foot in, 1 foot out. You know, like they announced today that they're getting like pitchers are getting like a 10-game suspension for using substances. That's 2 starts.
Yeah.
And it's with pay.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's a 10-game suspension with pay. So basically, hey, guy, go home for 2 starts, rest your arm, and we'll see you at the end of the month.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man.
Why don't you ask pitchers in the 80s if they use substances? Because you know guys back then were freaking doing anything and everything to freaking, like, guys like had like sunscreen and like just anything and everything, man.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm probably in the minority. Bring steroids back. Okay? Because baseball was so much more fun when you had freaking Sosa and McGuire and Bonds out there hitting 70 homers a year.
Baseball fans are not willing to admit, or most baseball fans aren't, that the steroid era actually saved baseball from becoming an extinct sport.
Yeah, absolutely. It's getting to watch.
They don't want to talk about that, but it's 100% true.
Definitely. And all those guys should be in the Hall of Fame someday for what they did for the game.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Other than, I would say like the guys who have, I don't know, like I wouldn't put A-Rod in.
No.
Like A-Rod got busted after steroids were illegal, so for me, he's out. He shouldn't be in.
But guys like McGuire.
McGuire's tough because he like admitted to doing it.
Yeah.
Like guys like Bonds and Sosa that,
Did it, but
we
didn't do it.
We think they did it,
Yeah.
but like we don't actually know for sure. That's the thing everybody keeps forgetting about Bonds is everybody wants to say like Barry Bonds took steroids. No way he should be in the Hall of Fame. We actually don't know that that's true. We just assume with good reason. I mean, look at the pictures of him in Pittsburgh and then him in San Francisco. Like he was juicing. But we don't actually know that for sure. So
That's what I put next to his name.
What does that say?
That's just a big asterisk. That's what I put
Yeah.
next to Barry Bonds and anything he does.
Well, like here's the thing. Like you can put him in the Hall of Fame and then put an asterisk next to him. Who cares?
Yeah.
Like nobody's gonna. It's what's worse, not acknowledging the group of guys that saved your sport, or having that group of guys who probably cheated, even though it wasn't cheating. So, they probably used, PEDs, and you have them in the Hall of Fame with an asterisk. What's worse?
Right.
So.
I don't know, honestly. Because I don't think Roger Clemens deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. But the dude's a beast. But, I don't know. That's hard for me. That's hard for me.
The one, I'll say one more thing, and then we can move on to unwritten rules. The one thing that I hate hearing is the argument that's like, well, they would have been Hall of Famers anyway. It's like that's the argument that I can't get behind because I'm like, okay, but we don't know that.
Yeah.
Because a lot of these guys took steroids to stay healthy. So if McGuire goes down in 97 forever, like if he has like a career-ending injury, we never get the summer of 98.
Yeah.
We never get the home run race. We never get, there's no record for Bonds to break a couple of years after that.
Right.
I mean, he can break Maris's, but, that's. And the other thing that nobody wants to talk about is like a lot of those dudes were using some sort of thing to like get them going. Hank Aaron was, using substances. I'm not saying it was PEDs, but like these things existed in baseball for years before Sosa, McGuire, and Bonds came along.
Babe Ruth just smoked and drank like a freaking fish, dude. That was
Babe
his
Ruth
secret.
was nothing short of a living god.
Yeah. He was shithouse and put up God numbers. It's like, dude.
Babe Ruth was more than likely drunk for half of the home runs he hit.
Dude, that's insane.
Isn't that amazing?
Like,
And
that is a ridiculous thing that not enough people talk about.
yeah.
Because, any of us know when you're drunk, dude, like my hand-eye coordination skills, they're not good when I'm sober. They are shit when I am freaking wasted. And like, dude,
I played baseball till I was 16. All right. I'm 27. If you handed me a bat right now, sober as could be, and put me in a batting cage, I would be very lucky to make contact with 10 of those balls.
Yeah. Yeah.
Joe actually went to the batting cage
Yeah, I went
about a month ago.
I took my girlfriend to the zoo in Santa Barbara, and like about a block away was the batting cages. So I was like, oh yeah, we're gonna definitely go and take some hacks. And me and her, we played co-ed softball probably about a year ago before COVID and everything. But I mean, to take actually hacks, and I think it was throwing maybe 50 or 60, and it took me a little bit to find my stroke. But once I did,
He was hitting a bunch of grounders.
I was pulling everything, line drives, lasers.
Yep.
out to Kike Hernandez at short every single time. Every single time.
Oh man. Okay, so unwritten rules of baseball. So I feel like I'm the baseball purist of the group right now. So I'm very much for unwritten rules of baseball, but I'm also against like a few. So there's like certain ones that you don't break. One, you don't bunt to break up a no-hitter.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit about his no hitter. I'm trying to not
You
get no
see,
hit.
Fuck
that guy.
That's how you get benches to clear.
I don't give clear him.
So you don't bunt to break up a no-hitter, and you don't steal a base when you're up more than 10 runs.
I agree with that one. That's just that's a dick move.
I think there's like all the bat flips and everything. I'm cool with that. It's adding pizzazz, to the game, whatever. But I remember that you had tweeted something about the unwritten rules, and I was like, oh yeah, next time you're on, we're talking about it.
Yeah. So that was in reference to the Tony La Russa thing that was going on earlier this year.
Yes.
Bullshit, by the way.
Let me be very clear about this. Fuck Tony La Russa.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
That dude needs to get on somewhere.
I can't believe he's in manager again.
Here's my problem. If you want to say that it is in baseball immoral to bunt to break up a no-hitter, I'm fine with that. It's idiotic to try to steal a base when your team is up 10 runs. The game is over with. What are you doing?
Right.
The thing that bothered me more than anything about that, two things that bothered me more than anything about that whole situation. First of all, you're that guy's manager. If he threw his bat at the pitcher after he hit that home run, your job and your obligation is to protect that guy under any circumstances whatsoever. I don't care what he did. Yeah. I don't care if you agree with it or not. You don't go into the... Dude, La Russa spent like a week shit-talking his own players to the media.
It was Moncada, right? Was it Moncada?
No,
it was the new kid, Yerman Mercedes.
Mercedes, yeah.
That's what started it. And then Tim Anderson came out and said something, and Lance Lynn came out and said something, and like one other dude, I can't remember what his name is, but like a bunch of Sox players came out and were like, Yerman's our boy. We don't think there's anything wrong with it. We think it's pretty stupid that La Russa's all mad about it.
Yeah, you ride or die with your boys.
Lance Lynn was the one that ended up saying the most. And La Russa then like basically said like, I'm the manager and he's not, so his opinion doesn't matter.
Way to win over the team, bud.
Yeah.
I mean, this is also his first season as manager. So
right.
I have a feeling this will probably be his last too.
Well, he looks like he's 160 when you see him now.
Well, that's because he is.
I know, but like, I mean, I remember him like, 5 years ago or whatever when he was managing, and now he's like, dude, like, you declined quick.
So it was a 3-1, just cookie fastball, right?
Yeah, so it was a 3-0. That was the thing that, there was the thing with Tatis last year where he swung 3-0 and hit a grand slam when he was up 7 runs. And everybody got mad about it. So, and that fuck that manager too, because he didn't back Tatis.
Yeah,
he was like, oh yeah, you don't do that in baseball. Look, here's my thing. The goal is to win. How do you win? You score more than the other team. Do you know how many times I've watched my own sports teams, whether it be the Braves, the Bulldogs, the Falcons, the Hawks, whoever it is, let off the gas and then blow a big lead? Literally, dude, I'm a Falcons fan. I have nightmares about this every single night.
You guys did it 4 times last year.
Don't.
Like,
That was a cheap shot.
Yeah, seriously.
Don't come at me with this whole "you have enough runs" garbage.
Yeah.
That's such bullshit that I cannot believe that I'm even having to tell people that. Also, everybody that watches baseball thinks it's absolutely adorable and hilarious when a position player gets on the mound and then strikes somebody out.
Oh, it's great.
That's good fun.
That's absolutely freaking awesome.
Yeah.
But when a guy throws a meat pitch softball pitch,
and dude murders
Yerman
it.
hits it, and Yerman sends it 500 feet in the other direction. That's not fun.
But I feel like it's on the
I had a
pitcher.
great time watching that.
It's on the pitcher too, because the pitcher has to compete. Then at that point, if you're throwing a cookie pitch like that, 3-0, you gotta expect that somebody's gonna swing at that.
Especially their DH. Like, the dude is there to hit. There's literally one job he has on the team. It's to hit the
That guy
baseball.
has one job, and it's to hit the ball far.
Yeah.
He did his
Not
job.
just that, the guy who was pitching was a position player.
Yeah, like, dude.
So the Twins have conceded the game. They've said, it's it. That's it. We lose. Like, we're just trying to get through it without hurting anybody at this point. What are we mad about? Look, man, like I said, I understand a few of the rules, and I don't like calling them rules. I think it's more like, I don't know, etiquette,
Don't be
Yeah.
a dick.
guidelines.
Like formalities.
Like unwritten rules are bad for the game. If those are the rules that we're shooting for, the whole no bat flips and don't watch home runs and don't swing 3-0 and don't score too much, man, that's garbage.
It's boring.
It's boring. It is boring. I would much rather watch guys like Yerman, Acuna, Tatis, Betts, Bellinger, Javi Baez in Chicago,
I love Javi Baez, dude.
Juan Soto in Washington, Judge. These players are good for baseball.
Yeah.
They just have
They
that
make
swagger.
baseball fun to watch. So, and also, you guys have to remember, we're playing a game.
Yeah.
Take 45 minutes to round the bases. I don't care. This is supposed to be fun. Entertain me. Stop telling people to stop having fun at baseball games.
My favorite play in all of baseball is when Javi Baez goes and catches a guy for stealing, and he doesn't even look at the guy, tags him, and he's pointing to the catcher as he's tagging him.
It's just
Literally my
nuts.
favorite play in baseball because it's such
That's-
a boss move. Like, yeah, fuck you, you're out. We got you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It is the coolest thing I think in all of baseball.
I love the swim move. Like when the guy's sliding in head first and they think they got him and then he pulls his arm out.
Yep.
I absolutely love that. Every time that happens, I jump up off my couch.
I saw a little kid. He went and did a slide, and he slid, and then stopped and stood up real quick, and then tapped his foot on the home plate because the catcher had the ball. And I was like, dude, that was legit. Like, oh.
Amazing.
So, I don't know about you, but I'm getting kind of thirsty, and that'll lead us into our next segment. So, we've done a few of these. It's called I'd Drink to That. So, for this, you're going to need a beer.
All right, well, then I need to go get a beer.
Absolutely.
I'll go get one real quick.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Shows if you're struggling to open a beer.
Negative. Got the old barrel house.
What do you got? Miller Lite?
Sunny days.
I literally had one left in the fridge.
Oh, perfect. That's all you're
Coors.
going to need. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I love that sound.
So,
I love that sound.
the first time we played this game, we did an episode on Cinco de Mayo, and we just absolutely got hammered, and it was it was great. It was me, Aaron, and it was back when we were all on Zoom. It was like actually during COVID last year. It was me, Aaron, Kenny, and then our old producer Jordan. And Jordan didn't have beer, so he was taking shots. And yeah, it was.
Oh, yeah, we got hammered.
Yeah,
man.
it was pretty nice. So how this works is we're just gonna make a statement, and if the statement applies to you, you just take a drink. So it's pretty easy. I'll start
Sounds
it
like
off.
fun.
Yeah, I'll start it off. If you've ever written a song before, take a drink. So there's actually I've written a few songs. I've actually had them copyrighted before. It's very I don't really talk about it a whole lot, but I think they're actually pretty good. So maybe someday when I'm in Nashville, I'll pitch it to somebody. So
Yeah, I've never written a song in my entire life. Okay.
Oh yeah.
If your team has won a World Series in the last 20 years, take a drink.
Yeah, that's us.
Yeah, that's not me.
Ooh, that's nice. I'm glad I'm bringing the ice chest was definitely a good
That was a
move.
good idea, Joe.
Yeah, don't choke on it.
Yeah. All right. If your NFL team drafted in the top 10, congrats. Your team still sucks. Take a drink. It's all of us.
You don't have to tell me my team sucks. I know my team sucks.
I'm a Jags fan. I've known it for a long time.
Hashtag Trey area.
If you love country music, take a drink.
Absolutely.
That's an easy one. This is like slowly shotgunning this beer.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
what I feel like
Yeah.
I'm doing right now.
Pretty much.
Let me see. If your name starts with a J, drink up.
If you're wearing black, take a drink.
Oh.
There we go.
There we go. I didn't think we were going to get you.
I always have one article of clothing on that's black
There we go.
every single day.
Yeah, we when we did a live show out at the brewery that sponsors us, we did this one and we got the audience to play with us. It was pretty fun. It was
That's awesome.
It was cool. Everybody was, because we actually really like took the time and like, okay, how can we make this applicable to the audience too? And that was
Yeah, it was a good time.
that was a good time for sure. But okay, so now.
That's the end of it, by the way. So if you
That's
wanna
the end
just
of it.
kinda-
That was quick. It was just nice little, something to wet the old whistle.
Pretty much just a
I
reason
ain't mad at it.
here.
Yeah. So we also do this segment. It's called History Rewritten. And for this, we take like an event in history and we kind of put our own twist on it. We usually do it individually, but this time we're going to do one question and then everybody will answer. So this question is, what career would you have if you didn't have the one that you currently have right now?
We'll let you go last. We'll let you think about it.
Okay, that sounds good.
I'll let you think about it. For me, I mean, honestly, I've always wanted to be a sportscaster. I'd be announcing games somewhere. Maybe have like Gus Johnson? To announce like I hear that guy announce like every sport.
Gus Johnson?
Yeah,
Was that like a CBS guy?
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just hear a lot of the games I watch. Like you hear him announcing, and you're like, dude, this lucky ass man. You know what I mean? He gets to go watch all these different sports. I'd say honestly, that's because my biggest passion is sports by far, and I think if I did something, it would be something in sports. I want to say sportscasting or maybe coaching. Just something involved with sports. Got the burps now.
For me, I think it's kind of crazy. I think I've talked about this in another episode, but moving out here had a really big impact on my life. I was going to school to be a teacher. So I think if I wasn't a correctional officer, I would be a high school PE teacher coaching baseball.
I'm not even gonna lie. I think that is the perfect job for you. Like knowing you as a person, I think literally a high school PE teacher and baseball coach is the perfect career for you.
That was the dream back in the day. Now it's still there, but I think at some point I might finish school just to finish it because I started.
So he's a correctional officer. He works at the local prison, and then I'm a floor salesman. So we are completely different.
Yeah, Kenny is playing with meat.
Yeah,
in
Kenny works in the
Costco,
the meat department at Costco.
So, but yeah, what about you, man? Like, so if Jordan Rager wasn't a country artist, what would he be doing right now?
It's so tough, man, because so I'll out myself real quick. I only had one real job before I started playing music, like for money. And that was like, I had like this like makeshift landscaping business that like, I can't, it's wrong of me to even call it a landscaping business. I had my dad's lawnmower and his like, lawn care stuff that I would throw in the back of my truck, and I would knock on doors in my parents' neighborhood growing up. And I'd say like, do you need your grass cut? I'm charging, $20 to $25, or whatever you can give me. I was literally that desperate for money.
Whatever you could give me.
Like literally, I was just like, just pay me with something so I can put gas in my truck, so I can drive my ass back to Nashville and I can write more songs.
Yep.
Everything that I've done in my life to make money has been to make music. So I guess I'd say sports, just because that's the only other thing that I'm this passionate about. And I'm going to try not to like, I'm not down talking anybody or anything or any way of life. You should do what you want to do as long as it makes you happy. Absolutely. But that's always been my mindset is I'm not going to work a job that I hate.
Yeah.
Never at any point in my life was I going to be okay with that. I come from a small town. Everybody that I know that still lives there is still working the same job that they had when they were in high school, or they're working a similar job. That sounded like my worst nightmare. one of my biggest passions that I don't really talk about all that much, just because it kind of goes without saying, is I love traveling. I don't do well sitting still. Like, I'll give you a great example. I've been in Tennessee for way too long, and my girlfriend was on the road with Nico last weekend. They had a day off, and they were in Vegas.
I saw that. Yeah.
I flew to Vegas Friday morning at like 4 or 5 in the morning Nashville time. Spent all day hanging out with them, and then flew home again Saturday morning. So I was in Vegas for like less than 20 hours.
Dude.
That's crazy.
I just wanted to go somewhere.
But it was
you know?
worth
like,
it.
That's the thing is, like, one of the things that drew me to music and really to sports when I was younger was the idea of getting to see the world.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I love getting to see new places and being in different places. The you know, the planes, trains, and automobiles, and the hotel rooms, and the whole thing, man. That's part of what keeps me drawn to what I do for a living. So, I'm not answering your question very well. I guess I would
Dude,
say
you're answering it
sports or
great.
something that involves travel. Just because, like, man, that's just it's such a big part of like what I like doing just for fun more than anything. You know, I do it for my job out of necessity, but like I would do it for any job, you know, just as long as I got to like wake up in a different city every day.
But how bitchin' is that though, dude? Like you're getting paid to do what you love, like double. You know what I mean? Travel and get to play music. Like,
yeah,
dude.
you know, that was kind of one of the hardest things about last year was, you know, I still got to make music, which was a huge blessing because, you know, I'm in one of those industries that like, I mean, I can still write songs if we can't go outside, you know,
Yeah.
like I can write songs. Like what we're doing right now is how I wrote songs all last year. Not being able to like travel or anything, dude, like you want to talk about stir craziness. That set in very quickly with me. I tell people I'm a what's it like an introverted extrovert. I love getting out there and seeing things and seeing people and even meeting new people and having new experiences. But then I need to come home for like a couple of days to recharge, and then I want to go out again.
Yeah.
Be a hermit for a little
that's
bit.
where I operate at my best. And so it was, yeah. I mean, I think I could talk. I think I could do sports broadcasting. Let's do sports broadcasting together. We'll be like the world's greatest broadcast team.
It'd be a hell of a team. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, that'd
dude.
be sick.
Yeah, I think let's say that. That'll be my answer.
There we go.
That's dope.
Broadcast duo.
It's funny too. My youngest brother is actually going to school for that.
That's what I remember you saying
You
that.
said,
yeah.
you mentioned that. You said he was the coolest one out of all you guys. Is that still the case?
He definitely is. Yeah. 100% he is. But maybe if he gets in good with some people, maybe he could put in like a good word for the both of us.
Right.
Damn right, dude.
Hell
Hey,
yeah.
I'll go announce freaking, Georgia State games. I don't care. You know?
Absolutely.
They play in the Georgia Dome, right? I believe so.
Think so.
Georgia State actually plays in the old Turner Field Stadium.
Oh, really?
Oh, no way.
Yeah, they
I would love to go
fitted
there.
it to a football stadium after the Braves left.
That's
Wow.
sick. I didn't know that. Oh, fuck. Yeah, I'd go coach.
Google Georgia State football stadium in Atlanta. It's interesting, especially if you knew what Turner Field looked like when it was a baseball stadium. It'll kind of blow your mind.
There we go. Georgia State football stadium. Let's see what we got. Images. Oh, you piece of shit. There we go. Oh, wow.
yeah.
Dude, that is a trip.
That's dope.
Wow. That's badass, dude.
It breaks my heart just a little bit, just because like that's where I grew up watching games. But still pretty cool that they kept it. Like, most times they just tear their stadiums down and move
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, Candlestick isn't even a thing.
Well, it's like seeing the Great Western Forum because me and my dad had season tickets to the LA Kings hockey for years. And so I went and saw like over 100 games in the Forum with the Kings, and then now they're in Staples and it's like, man, Staples is cool. The Lakers won a lot of championships there and all, but like there's nothing like the Forum, man. That place is
Right.
it's historic. So
Yeah. Yeah.
True that.
I mean, honestly, the Falcons have a great stadium in Mercedes-Benz. It's fantastic, but like, if you want to know my opinion, I preferred the Georgia Dome. I feel like it had more character. I feel like it had more, like, I don't know. I liked that one better. I can't
you
really give you a good reason why.
You like the concession prices at the new one better, though, right?
Well, yeah.
Right. I heard
Yeah.
they charge like normal price for food there, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one of the biggest things that they've done. That it's one of the few things that the Falcons are doing right these days is they're not charging $20 for a slice of pizza.
Which I think is pretty damn cool. When I saw that come out, I was like, that's pretty badass.
That's dope.
I did think it was funny when they said there was going to be a Chick-fil-A in the new stadium, because it's like, y'all are closed on Sundays. The Falcons play on Sundays.
That's
most
true.
of
Oh
the
yeah,
time.
that is.
So,
Oh my gosh, I never thought about that.
I was just like, what sense does that make? But
My mind
anyway,
is blown.
nobody asked me, so
Yeah. So, story time.
Yeah, we're gonna finish off. We got a story time, and I'll start it off here. It's just story time. Something that's happened to you recently that's funny, or something a story you want to tell, and I'll start it off. The other day I was at work, all right, and I was in my car before I went into a customer's house to measure their flooring, and so I was having some stomach issues, and I went and I let off like the nastiest fart I've done in a long time. Like, it was bad, and so I all right.
Were you not expecting that?
Oh, dude, it was bad, but that's not even the worst part. Okay, so I do that, and then I'm like looking around, and I'm like, all right, where's my mask? I gotta get my mask. I'm looking around, and I realize that my mask is in my back pocket. Dude, I had to go inside and measure these people's house, and I was smelling my raunch ass fart for at least the first 5 minutes of the measure, dude. I'm sitting there and I'm just like, I'm hotboxing myself, and I'm like, dude, this has got to be the worst.
Oh man, that's terrible.
So
Okay.
I've learned to
So-
keep the fucking mask in my front pocket or my shirt pocket, because back pocket is not the way to go.
it's not my turn. But I want to tell you why I'm laughing so hard is because I used to when masks were masks aren't required in Tennessee anymore, so I rarely have to wear one anymore. But I wore like one of those neck gaiters, like around your neck that you
Gotcha.
can just like pull up, So when I wasn't wearing that, there would be like a couple of so like the show that I played with Joe and Martina, I just had it like stuck in my back pocket.
Uh-huh.
And literally the entire time I'm on stage, all I can think of is if I sweat or fart, this thing's going to reek.
Yo.
That's all I could think about the entire time I was on stage. So that's why that tickled me pretty good. I'm glad that I'm not the only one that's ever had to worry about that.
No, bro, it was bad. It was not a good experience. And the people's house I went to, they were like, you got to wear the mask. Like, I even tried pulling it off. I put it on before I got in there, and I was like, do I need this? I tried asking them, and they're like, yeah, please. And I was like, oh, okay. Oh, it was rough.
I wish I don't have a good story. I'm trying to think. So I don't know. I don't really have a good story. I know we've been doing more visitors have been coming into work because I work visiting, and I got in trouble with another officer because our policy states that they have to at the beginning and end of each visit, it's a brief embrace. So I feel like that's very vague. So what's an embrace to you? So to me, it's like, okay, like I have a husband and a wife that haven't seen each other in like a year. Like, how can I tell them not to hug and kiss? So like I told him, I'm like, hey, like no like funny business, but like if you want to give your wife a kiss, give her a kiss. And so one of the other visitors ratted me out to another officer. So she calls me. She's like, you're letting them kiss? I go, what? Yeah, kind of. No, I know I'm not supposed to, but I'm just trying to be flexible.
You soft ass.
But But yeah, so like the inmates kind of like already know that I told them, I was like, hey, like we're going by the book now. Somebody ratted me out. Like that's it. It's a done deal. By the book.
Snitches get stitches, bro.
Yeah. That's my story. I mean, I really don't have any good story. Like,
That was a real knee slapper, Joe.
I haven't had anything exciting to me happen. Oh, tomorrow I'm going to A's and Angels up in Oakland.
Nice.
Yeah, that should be fun with some coworkers.
One of the last seasons in Oakland.
Yeah, probably.
Dude, what's up with that?
I don't know, man.
They're just taking every team away from them.
Just renovate the stadium.
Well, yeah, it's because the stadium's a shithole, dude. Like, honestly.
Well,
And so
I get that, but that's a solvable problem.
I agree. Fix it or build a new stadium. But it's just like the San Diego Chargers, man. Like, they asked the city to pay for it, and they were like, no. So the Chargers were like, all right, well, we're out, you know? So
And they got a brand new stadium out of it.
I mean, yeah, they have probably the best stadium in football right now. SoFi is supposed to be amazing.
Oh, and I'm going to Vegas next month.
Me too.
Yeah.
I'm turning 30 next month. And
Wait,
so,
when are you going?
the 17th through the 21st.
July?
Yeah.
I'll be there.
Are you shitting me?
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, we're going down the
Oh
17th.
my god,
The
we just
17th
that
to
was not
21st.
planned. That's cool.
Wow.
Do I need to book a flight?
Dude,
I mean,
Vegas?
fuck, if you want to.
if you want to, I'm
I'll
down.
go back.
We know you liked it.
I'm down. Damn, I did not know that.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
No shit. Y'all were staying in Luxor.
I'm staying at New York, New York.
That's literally right next to each other.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
crazy, dude. No shit. Okay.
Did we just become best friends?
Well, shit, dude.
Oh, dude. Well, it's been a blast, man. It's seriously been a blast. We love having you on. It's so much fun.
Guys, thanks for having me on. I appreciate it. I really don't have like a good story to tell.
You're good, dude.
I mean, I hang out with my dog these days.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Henry the Hound, huh?
Yeah.
Say what?
Henry the Hound.
Henry the Hound. That's right, man.
Yeah.
He's a little shithead, but he's my little shithead.
Absolutely. Let's be real. Nothing's beaten Aaron's mask story. So
It was bad.
Nothing's topping
Yeah,
that. So like,
nothing's
I
topping
could tell a story, and everybody would be like, "That's not as funny."
Yeah.
It was rough though, dude. So the word to self, if you're gonna have your mask in your back pocket, don't shit your pants.
Yeah. That's
You know, that's kind of my one thing to you.
Oh man.
So we were wondering if you would like to play another song
Sure.
to end it.
Absolutely. I'll ask you the same question twice. Do you have a preference, or
You know, I kind of like Colorblind. I've been listening to Colorblind
I can do
a
that?
lot these days.
All right. Can you guys still hear me?
Absolutely.
Hell yeah. Let's open up another one. Let me see. Does it hear?
Might as well.
It's not. Yeah, it's not like the cans.
It doesn't make a nice sound. That was weak. As
No,
fuck.
yeah. Johnny B'd be proud of you.
Yeah. I like.
I'm just glad I had one more in the fridge.
Oh, that was worked out perfect. Honestly.
Let's see.
Yeah, this beer hits just right, man. It's a little warmer and the beer's cold. Oh, feels
I'm not
good.
gonna lie. I just dropped like a nice cold little thing of water on my groin, and it's like cooling the area up. It's nice, dude. I'm not mad about it.
I'm still over here trying to come up with a story of that happened, and I'm realizing how boring I am. Like,
No.
I cannot believe I can't come up with something to tell y'all. Oh, man. All right. Guys, thanks for having me on, man. This was fun. We got to do this
Damn
again
right.
sometime soon.
Absolutely.
All right. Colorblind. Hunter grainy painted on the wall last fall looked brighter than it did brand new. I never really noticed it before, but the more I do, all I see is you. You pale yellow, throw pillows, are glowing like the street lights on the road. I can move out and leave this house, but everywhere I go, the blue in your eyes shows up in the sky, so I'm always praying for rain. The red on your lips lipstick burns in the sunset, wish it would fade into gray. Maybe goodbye would be easy if I could see it in black and white. God, I wish that I was colorblind. Gotta find a way to dial it down, wash it out, to keep it from reminding me. If only I could filter every shade, every trace of you from every memory. I try closing my eyes knowing it's just a no good short-term remedy. Cause I know when they open, I'm gonna see you in everything. Blue in your eyes shows up in the sky, so I'm always praying for rain. The red of your lipstick burns in the sunset, wish it would fade into gray. Maybe goodbye would be easy if I could see it in black and white. God, I wish that I was colorblind. Oh. Blue in your eyes shows up in the sky, so I'm always praying for rain. The red of your lipstick burns in the sunset, wish it would fade into gray. Maybe goodbye would be easy if I could see it in black and white. God, I wish that I was colorblind. The hunting green you painted on the wall last fall looks brighter than it did brand new. I never really noticed it before, but the more I do, all I see is you.
Yeah.
Jordan Rager
Yeah.
out here fucking smashing country music, making it sad
Loving
again.
Making country music sad again, that's right.
Loving
My
it.
guy. Hey, we absolutely loved having you on. We can't wait to do it again. Yeah, keep killing it over there. Keep doing the whiskey nights, man. We're loving what you're doing. You know, you got our support and everything you do. And yeah, bro, we're just happy to be your friend and happy to have you on again.
I feel like next episode we do with you needs to be like in person. Like we need to go out and fly our asses out to Nashville and freaking
Goddamn
do
right.
it. You know what I mean?
Hey, like I said, guys, the first, like the next time y'all come out to Nashville, like holler at me, we'll do that for sure.
Absolutely,
that
bro.
is a done deal.
For sure.
Thank
Dope.
yeah.
you guys for having me on. Thank you for supporting. I really appreciate it.
Always.
Like y'all don't know what it means to me, just to have people that love sad ass music just like I do. Man, make country music sad again. I'm on a mission, and I'm glad I'm not alone doing it. I
Oh,
appreciate
man.
you guys supporting.
Damn right, brother.
Absolutely. All right, man. Well, that's been.
Well, make sure you tell Henry and Randy, thanks for letting us have you for a little bit. And yeah, bro, you have a good night.
Randy will understand. Henry's probably gonna be a little mad at
You'll
you.
be pissed.
All right, man. Take it easy.
Thank you guys. See y'all soon.
Later,
All
brother.
right, bye.